This channel is sponsored by
Big Mac, nigga! What the fuck?
Hello everyone and welcome to my Def Garden Guide, where I will teach you how to not suck. My name is Dog and I will show you how to run like a pro, just like how I run from all my problems. And no, this isn't because I'm pissed at playing with noobs, okay? It isn't! So I'm going to be going into this video with the assumption that you've played the runner tutorial, you've played a few games but you're struggling a little bit, or you just want some general tips and tricks to help you improve. And I can hopefully help you with that, whilst also trying not to bore the shit out of you. So let's go!
Hunter has won the round.
As a runner, the first thing you're going to do is pick your class and perks, and just like in any other team-based game such as Overwatch or League of Legends, it is important to have a balance in classes for obvious reasons. Generally speaking, I find a mixture of 2-2-1, where one is either a control or torment, works best, and if you must fill in for your team, even if it is not your preferred role, you just do it. You're going to have to learn at some point anyway if you're trying to get better at the game. Perks, however, are a personal preference. Depending on your playstyle and such, it's a good idea to experiment with them. Second, for the beginning of the game, stick together, collect resources and hide. At the beginning of the game, runners are particularly vulnerable without their upgrades, which is why it's really important that at the very beginning of the game, everyone shares the first upgrade crates and ammo boxes to make sure no one gets thrown under the bus. Once this has been done, feel free to split up to look for upgrade towers, gather NPI and generally scout the area. However, at this stage of the game, it is better to hide until everyone is kind of ready. Thirdly, and I think this is the most important step, don't be a pussy, but don't be stupid either. What do I mean by that? Well, if your friend is being chased nearby you, go help him. Hell, maybe even bait the runner to start chasing you if a friend is struggling. Stuns, shields, blinds, anything can really make or break a game. However, sometimes you have to recognise that it is worth a sacrifice if you can get that final half of the objective or an extra key, especially if they're far away. Sometimes a chase on the other side of the map can be a great distraction whilst you and the other runners are busy gathering objectives. Pressure is essential to winning. Capturing two objectives at once, having two players running with a key, capturing objectives while a player is being sacrificed in specific situations is how you will win. Without pressure, your game will just fall apart. Sometimes you feel like you've done well the whole game, made little to no mistakes, and yet you lose anyway. Maybe you're to blame, maybe not, but sometimes it just be like that. And the important thing is that you had fun. 1. The hunter can hack crates and upgrade posts by shooting them. This will make them glow slightly red. If a runner uses something that's been hacked, it will sound an alarm and the runner will be revealed for a few seconds.
You are revealed.
2. The hunter's status is displayed at the top right, which shows you what effects are currently on the hunter. If they have been recently revealed by a torment, it will also show what guns they are using, as well as how much ammo they have. This is very useful because the game fails to mention that there is a cooldown when it comes to debuffs, meaning that if a runner attempts to apply the same debuff to it too quickly, it will have no effect. This is incredibly useful to look at if multiple people are harassing the hunter, as it means you shouldn't waste NPI. The same status effect UI is also for yourself at the bottom left, to help you not waste shields and other buffs on yourself.
Break 'em down.
I felt like the blood post wasn't explained very well in the tutorial, so let me just cover it real quick. The blood post needs 3 players down before it's full. The third down player can be sent to the blood post. The hunter can then go to the blood post, which will be revealed, and sacrifice the player. However, players may attempt to rescue the player before the hunter can sacrifice them. The hunter can be stunned and shot with toxins to delay his sacrifice. It has to be a team effort to work though. Don't bother trying if it's just you and the hunter there. Once the player has been sacrificed or rescued, the blood post is reset. Come on, I'm nearly there. I gotta rescue this guy, otherwise we lose. Come on, I'm so close. Are you fucking kidding me?
Runner has been executed.
The golden crate is literally never mentioned in the tutorial for runners. Basically, a golden crate will occasionally spawn, which can buff either the entire runner team or the hunter for a brief amount of time. The buff gives unlimited ammo to both, whilst giving runners unlimited NPI and hunters a stamina buff. However, this in no way makes either team invulnerable, they are still manageable, so don't be too scared or too confident. The music and the sound effects from the hunter make it incredibly obvious if the hunter is close and if he's moving towards you. Use this to your advantage. If you're capturing an objective and you can hear the music getting scarier and louder, it is usually a good idea to start running, even if you lose all the progress you've made so far, because if you don't, you will probably be killed and lose the progress anyway, so it's better to just run, get a head start. Whilst delivering keys and rescuing people from the blood pose, it's possible to run around whilst the interaction is happening, which will make you much harder to hit. I find the easiest way of doing this is to hold E and W and move the mouse slightly to make you run around circles whatever you're interacting with. However, you've got to be careful not to run out of the circle, otherwise you will lose all the progress you've made with interaction.
Runner down. Blood pose switches.
Hit it, Birdie. All the time I turn around, brothers gather round, always looking at me up and down, looking at my head.
Bamboozle. If the hunter loses sight of you whilst in pursuit, it's usually a very good idea to hide, as it is very difficult for the hunter to find players whilst they're hiding in bushes. However, an experienced hunter will often check for bushes when they expect players to be hiding there, using their AoE stun, which will force players out of the bushes. Once he has lost sight, hide somewhere unexpected or run in a hard to protect direction.
Runners have 1 minute remaining. Runner down. Blood pose initiated.
I'm dying. Help me.
Escaping the garden. When the escape is open, stop fucking around and run to the exit. Only in very limited circumstances is it a good idea to stay around, especially when you are revealed so quick and blood mode is activated. Run to an exit, maybe wait to make sure other players are safe, but your top priority should be getting the fuck out of there. And I think that's about it. I mean, that's all I can think of, so thanks for watching, hope you learnt something, and see you in the garden.